Well, welcome everybody. I am just starting the show. If you're watching this, you're probably watching this on recording. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It's always great to be here every Wednesday to take your questions live on Court Cutters News Facebook page. You can always join us there. And again, that's Court Cutters News, facebook.com/Court Cutters News. So it's great to see everybody start rolling in. I'm going to quickly put this on our social media so that everybody sees it and can join us. If you have a question, please put it down in the comments on facebook.com/Court Cutters News. I know a lot of people share this stream and it kind of goes a little bit everywhere, but that's where I'm going to be watching, facebook.com/Court Cutters News for questions. Let me quickly get this started. Here we go, putting it live over there. And all right, hey, welcome everybody. It's so great to see you. A lot of talk about today, all kinds of news. Fortunately, no DirecTV news. I kind of think the FCC letter has a lot to do with that. Though I'm hearing all kinds of rumors, and now everybody's saying next week. But I had a source that said they didn't want to launch during the week of Thanksgiving, but now maybe they're forced to. I don't know. But no new news on DirecTV now. If we do have any, we'll be posting it. But I'm happy to take your questions, and hopefully we can help some more people get the most out of cord cutting every day at 7 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live. Let me quickly put this on Twitter, and then I'll get started taking questions. All right, hey, it's so great to see everybody. I've been struggling with a lot of weird Facebook issues again. If I don't see your question right off the bat, please re-ask it. I keep having to refresh. Earlier today, I couldn't add anybody to any of our Facebook groups. It didn't work. Thankfully, my wife's account is a backup admin, and I was able to use her computer to approve people. But it seems like that's been fixed. Just Facebook's been acting a little weird. So keep that in mind. If I miss your question, just keep asking them. I'm going to share this on our Facebook tech support page. Make sure everybody over there has it too. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Whatever you may have a question for, if you want to talk about Roku's to my boxes to the NVIDIA Shield, I just talked a lot about that, why the NVIDIA Shield has been absent from the markets. We've been covering that extensively. Sling TV today added NBA TV, kind of giving them quite the sports lineup. Pac-12 network, NHL network, NFL network, NBA network now. Of course, ESPN's Fox Sports Go, or Fox Sports, 1 and 2. The only thing they're really missing I can think of right now is the Big Ten Network. So hopefully they can add that to their lineup soon. But it really seems like Sling TV's being very aggressive adding in new channels. So check that out. Hello, Jason. Yeah, go Bucks. Well, go Blue. I don't have my hat with me today, unfortunately, Jason. Sorry. I have a 50-mile antenna. I am 50 miles from Cleveland. Do I need an indoor or outdoor antenna? That's tough to say. I recommend you go to antennarecommendations.com. That's antennarecommendations.com and take a look there. It will show you what you should be able to receive with an indoor and an outdoor antenna. Because distance isn't always everything. Most major cities now have their transmitting towers on the outskirts. You could be much closer than 50 miles. But then you could have a big hill. You could be 10 miles from a transmitter, have a big hill between you and the transmitter, and not be able to pick it up. So check out antennarecommendations.com, put your address in there, and it should be able to tell you what kind of antenna you need to get. Mick asks, what new channels are coming to PlayStation Vue? Yeah, go Blue to you also. I think everything that's coming except for Vice channel, they've announced that the Vice channel is coming. That used to be History 2 H2. They rebranded it to be Vice, which is kind of more of a millennial focused type channel. That's coming. They do say more locals are coming, CBS and Fox particularly. I've been told that we should see new ones of those added by the end of the year. Some of those deals are already in place, but that's it right now. I know they dropped the Viacom channels. A lot of people are upset about that. No further information on new channels. Richard asked, why do I get blacked out of hockey games on Fox Sports Regional? That varies where you live. every service has some of these issues. It's not really a Sling or a PlayStation Vue issue. It's an issue of Fox. Write the NHL, let them know that, hey, we don't like this. They are rolling that back. It's not as bad as it used to be. One thing I have found, this seems weird, but it does work a lot. Take your login, if you have one, go over to Fox Sports Go, log in there, and it can work. But contact the sports league, contact your team and tell them you don't want a blackout. And it's about the best I can tell you. Unfortunately, this cord cutting is still kind of a new thing, and we are still dealing with issues of blackouts and regional restrictions. Anything new on DirecTV? Bill, no, not at this time. Unfortunately, I'm hearing a little bit of everything, but I'm pretty sure that FCC letter has delayed PlayStation Vue. I initially was told they did not want to release it during the week of Thanksgiving, but now everybody's saying it's probably coming out next week, Tuesday. Take that all with a grain of salt. I got a feeling that even DirecTV may not know when they're going to do it right now. Rob asks or says, just jumped on the cord cutting bandwagon and love it. Well, happy to see you here. Hopefully we can help you get more out of your cord cutting experience. Let me refresh again. Facebook has just been weird. If you're coming in today new, I've just had weird Facebook issues all day. Couldn't add anyone to our Facebook group earlier. Had to get my wife's account. She's a backup admin there. Go in there and improve people there. They seem to fix that, but I'm still having all kinds of weird issues today with Facebook. So keep the questions coming if you have any. If you would like to know about my experience, my thoughts on cord cutting, the site, the history of my cord cutting experience and so forth, keep them coming. I'll be happy to do my best to answer them. Karen asks, what's the rollout date for Hulu live streaming? Early 2017. They have not announced anything firmly. We do know some details about it, but it seems like Hulu is still working to get deals right now for content. So fingers crossed that we'll learn more about Hulu live very soon. Let me refresh here. So, where can you get MLB Network? Hopefully, Sling adds it. That was one of the cool things about SFN TV. That was a Sling TV competitor. They had the MLB Network, but they're currently not available outside the Atlanta area. Hopefully, they change their mind and add it. I have a feeling that MLB has been very cord cutting friendly. Or not necessarily cord cutting friendly, that's not a right word, but they've been very foresightful in their digital experience with MLB.TV and other features. So would not be surprised at all if MLB TV comes to a network before the next season starts. So keep the questions coming. Let me refresh here and grab some more. I'm going to stop saying that. I promise not to say that all day. Is there any reason I should wait for a new platform that's coming up? Ron, no, I would not wait for DirecTV Now or Hulu Now. If you want it, go get Sling, go get PlayStation Vue. There's no contracts. If it doesn't meet what you want, just cancel it. Right now, I have a feeling that if you get a free trial of one of those services, hopefully we should know more about DirecTV Now before that free trial would end if you signed up for it today. I don't know. It's hard to say what will happen there, but I wouldn't wait because there's no contract, so there's no real reason to wait. Rob asks, ideally, what do I need for internet speeds? I'm on Xfinity's Blast package for $100 a month. You're overpaying. Thinking it may be unnecessary. Yeah, 20 down is probably all you need for most people. If you really want 4K, get 25 down. But you only need 3 to 5 down for a solid, good, high quality HD stream of Netflix. So think about it. If you're on a HD plan with only 2 streams allowed, 10 down is all you need for Netflix. I recommend 20. That gives you some flexibility, and it helps with services like Sling and PlayStation Vue. If you're just streaming, surfing the web, that's all you need. You don't really need to pay for a ton more. Sling TV has 14 days free or 14-day trial on the Fire TV right now. Yep. And I think certain places you can get 2 months if you buy it through like Walmart. A bunch of devices at Walmart will give you that, including Roku, Fire TVs, My Boxes, maybe even the Apple TV. There's a post on my site. If you type in, go to Cord Cutters News, click on the search box, put Sling TV and Walmart in there, and it'll come up with a post explaining how you can get that deal for 2 free months of Sling TV right now. Though I hear those codes take a while to get to you. Kevin asks, I have the new Roku Ultra. The Dolby Digital Plus feature is awesome, and not a lot of people talking about it. Yeah, Kevin, I just don't think a lot of people have the sound system to take advantage of that. Really, the main reason I would get a Roku Ultra is if you're a sound guy. Otherwise, the Roku Premiere Plus gives you everything you want, but it doesn't have the Dolby Digital Plus that the Roku Ultra has. I have an Ultra. I have a Premiere. Very similar performance when it comes to actual streaming. The difference there is some of the benefits of, for instance, a Find My Remote, which is really cool. I always think, man, I wish my Roku TV had that because my daughter's always misplacing the remote. And then again, you get the sound, quality of the Dolby Digital Plus. Jason asks, since you can get Kodi on an Android box, do you consider that better than a Roku? No, because I don't use piracy. If the features that Kodi offers, Plex that are legal, Plex offers. So if you're looking for a media player, they're both as similar. You could put an external hard drive on a Roku. Many of them have USB ports on it. It's got a very nice media player in there. You can use Plex and do everything legally that Kodi can do. So I don't really see a reason to make Kodi a deciding factor for buying a device right now. Any word on Sling TV getting cloud DVR? Kevin asks. Well, a few weeks ago, the president of Sling TV did a Q&A on Twitter after some numbers came out, and he was asked, DVR, and his response was, I don't want to confirm anything or say anything about that. I can't really go into that, but we're always taking feedback and looking at options, and our research team is always working on stuff. My suggestion, Kevin, if you want a DVR on Sling TV, write to them. Let them know. Your voice is heard at these companies, and when you write to them, they do take the time to read that and respond to it often, or at least take into consideration when they're making decisions. Keith asks, what's the best HD antenna? That depends on your situation. I recommend heading over to antennarecommendations.com, enter your address, and take a look at what kind of antenna you need, indoor versus outdoor. Mohu makes a very nice indoor. Turk RCA makes some nice indoors. Those are 3 brands I'll recommend. WineGuard just sent me a ton of antennas. I thought I was all caught up in my reviews, and then 3 boxes showed up my door with antennas. So I'll be testing out them, but I've heard good things about them too. The 2V and the 4V antennas, the very big outdoor attic mounting ones, those are very good. Mohu Sky is a very good attic or outdoor antenna. So there's a few options there. Bill says Tableau now on Xbox as of Tuesday. Yeah, it is very nice. Tableau is an excellent device there, Bill. I love it. I got it sitting right here in my office. I use it a lot throughout the house because it's great. You can plug your antenna in it. It connects to your Wi-Fi network, and you get throughout the entire house. Not only was it added to the Xbox this week, but Windows 10. So if you pay for the thing and you got a laptop and you're traveling with Windows 10, you can access it wherever you are. Really highly recommend Tableau if you're looking for a core-cut DVR. Channel Master makes another one that's very great too. Not a big fan of TiVo. I think you overpay for what you get on TiVo, at least with cord cutting. I recently used Sling TV gift card to pay for Sling. Super frustrating to use if you are a current subscriber. Kevin, yeah, they just rolled that out a few weeks ago. Send them a message. Let them know that. I think it's kind of one of those things that they're just now kind of rolling out, and I don't think they fully made it easy to find where to put that gift card. But they do offer great phone service, and I've heard people just called and they've, if they've had trouble, they've walked through that. It's nice to have it. I definitely feel, like that was maybe rushed and they didn't quite integrate it well on the back end for current subscribers. I love it. I think it's a cool little idea and device there. So, any word on channels on DirecTV Now? No, Tom, they say 100 channels, but we don't know what that means yet. We do know a few, like Time Warner channels will be there. Obviously, AT&T's buying Time Warner. Fox channels, I believe, will be there. I think it's CBS, maybe the one that I believe is not on there yet. So we'll have to wait and see. Thomas asks, have you tried WatchShare? If I could turn this antenna around, this camera, let's try something here real quick. I have it sit, my WatchShare is sitting right there in my window. I do have it. I haven't reviewed it yet because they're supposed to be coming out with you can see my messy office there. They're supposed to come out with a Roku app in like the next week or two. When they come out with a Roku app, I'm going to do a review of it. I have it on my phone, and it's a nice device. The WatchShare, if you don't know what that is, it's an antenna with built-in Wi-Fi and a DVR built-in. It's supposed to, be a smart antenna, and you connect it, and it streams through your Wi-Fi to your network, similar to what Tableau does, but builds it into an antenna. Some of their software has been a little buggy. They've rolled out a lot of patches to address that, and I'm going to wait until they come out with the Roku and the Fire TV app that's anticipated by the end of the month, and when that happens, I'll give you a full review. But overall, my initial impressions, Thomas, is it's nice, but without a Fire TV or Roku app, it's not really worth it. There's no like antenna. I can't connect this directly from my antenna to the TV, so it's really made to be on a Wi-Fi network to go to devices like Roku. Well, if you have any questions, I see subscribe review count is going up. It's great to see so many people joining. Every week we've had more and more viewers. So if you are new here, head over to facebook.com/CoreCarsNews. If you're not watching this on our Facebook page, leave the comment on this video, and I'll do my best to comment or question to answer your questions and address your comments. Do you know anything about HD Home Run? Yes, Steve. I have one in that closet right behind me. I like it. It is definitely a device for people who are a little bit more technologically literate. It's a lot more flexible. You can do a lot more with it. But at the same time, I don't find it to be as user-friendly. I got knocked a lot. My issue with it is the setup process was not very smooth. They may have improved it in the last year. The other thing I have an issue with it is, even though the box makes it sound like there's Wi-Fi, there isn't. You have to connect it directly to your network with, through an Ethernet cable. Now, the problem with that is if your router is not where the best possible location for your antenna, you're kind of out of luck. So there's some drawbacks to it. My main one, if they would put Wi-Fi into it, that would make it a much better device. Past that, though, is a solid device that is really more geared to people who are maybe slightly more technologically advanced in setting up networks and so forth. Steve says, I have a problem with the last update. What's your problem, Steve, with the HD Home? I'm assuming that's with the HD Home Run. Tell me a little bit more, and maybe I can help you there. Bill says, fast Wi-Fi in your LAN, not 5-year-old router. I'm not sure what you're asking there, Bill. So if there's something that was for me or that was for somebody else, let me know a little bit more. Mike says, Viewer Sling. I have both. I actually paid for them. And I can see recommendations for both. I think the drop-in of Viacom has really pushed a lot of people away from View recently. View offers 5 streams in your house, which is nice. Sling goes up to 3. If you travel like I do, I think Sling is a little bit nicer because it allows me to take it outside the house. View has the Big Ten Network, which I like. I think that's the only Big Ten Network, and I think Fox News are the big ones that View has that Sling doesn't right now. So, check out which one has the channels you want. You can use the View to log into a lot of apps, which can be slightly annoying. I do like the idea that Sling puts everything in one app wherever I am. But at the same time, it doesn't have the Big Ten Network, which is something I want. But View doesn't have the Pac-12 network, which is something I want. View doesn't have the Viacom channels like Comedy Central, MTV, Spike, and so on now. So really, they both have their pluses and minuses. Get whatever one that has the channels you want, basically. View or Sling, wherever you want. So it's great to see so many people here. I got a few questions for you. Next week is Thanksgiving. Should we do a show next week? Should I maybe move it on a day? Any feedback there? I'd love to hear what you think about that. Tom says, I like the Big Ten Network, so I'm leaning to View. Tom, one of the nice things about this I would recommend is the ability to switch. You don't need to go out there and have one long-term contract. So for football season, maybe you want View, and then if you want Viacom the rest of the year, you switch to Sling and back and forth. So that's the great thing about cord cutting. We're not tied to one. Steve is asking about the HD Home Run, which is a home network DVR networking thing for an antenna, and says it worked great on Amazon Fire TV. Now HD channels stopped working. I recommend you contact them. I'm not sure what their technical support is, but check out their website. This is kind of something it's kind of difficult for me to address in this situation, so I would check that out there. Skip it next week, Robin says. Travis says do it. I'm kind of tempted just to do it, and maybe we can do a Thanksgiving. I'll be at my parents' house, so you can check out the old digs. So again, questions, comments, post them on down below. I hope you're all enjoying the darkness. I kind of miss the light. I have to put a lot of lights up here. Time change, I just hate it. So dark outside now. Tom says enjoy the holiday. Steve says thank you. So I don't know. I may just kind of see what's happening next week, and if I'm gonna do it, I'll post an event and comment on it. Kind of lean towards do it, because when you get out of a habit of these kind of things, it can be hard to restart a habit. And I want to be here to help as many people as we can. A couple things about next week being holiday. We will have a special newsletter edition. We're going to have the standard Monday newsletter, but then on Black Friday, I'm going to be sending out a newsletter with all the deals I can find. I'm also going to be posting Black Friday deals all week, and of course all on Black Friday on our website, social media, Facebook, Twitter. So make sure you're following us there. Enable alerts, whatever. And if we've been doing a lot of Amazon deals. If you buy through that link, you help keep the site going. So check that out. If you're looking for some great deals, buy it there. I'll also be posting on Thursday and Thanksgiving Day, like, hey, if you do any Amazon shopping, use this link. That really helps us. People use ad blockers now, so a lot of our revenue does come from Amazon affiliate links. So, if you want to help the site, help us keep going. This is my full-time job that I use to help support my family. Shopping on Amazon through our link is a great way to do that. Roger says, if you had to pick between Sling and View, which would you pick? I like having all the channels on my phone and cheaper. What I do is Sling Blue, and then I just use a friend's watch ESPN login. I'm not a big fan of sharing. My recommendation is to maybe get the dual pack, the blue and orange together, and save a little bit of money on that. Sling, that's one of the downsides, and I'm sure Sling is just waiting until they can renegotiate that contract with Disney to eliminate the blue and orange pack and just make them all one again. But it seems like Disney is the holdup on that. Let me see here to make sure I'm not missing any questions. If anybody's commenting over on Cord Cutting Tech Support. Nope. So keep your questions coming. I'm going to do my best to answer them. If I missed any last week, people are like, you missed my question. Well, I probably just didn't see it. So keep the questions coming. I know it's been kind of a slow week with the election last week. Kind of sucked the air out of a lot of everything happening in the cord cutting world. And a lot of companies, you'll see this, especially next week with Thanksgiving, when big news happens, they kind of they don't want their story to be lost, so they don't really release any big news stories. So it's been kind of a slow week, but there are a few out there. Of course, speaking of trying to hide a news story, you have Sony dropping the fact that they're dropping all Viacom channels on PlayStation Vue. They released that on Tuesday, the election day. Obviously, they're hoping that no one will notice that. Have you heard when Comcast Sports Network is going to be added to Sling? Still showing coming soon. I was under the impression that a few cities may have already had it, but yeah, the rollout there is seeming to be painfully slow. Excuse me. Hopefully that means when it does come, it's going to be a big deal. It would be cool if maybe when it comes out, all the markets that offer it suddenly get it. So fingers crossed that when Comcast Sports comes to Sling, it's a big deal and as many network or many markets as possible. Ryan asks, why are networks dropping Netflix? Is Amazon taking over? I think it's a combination of things. I think a lot of networks are afraid of Netflix. There's a lot more competition for the money out there. I think like the Food Network, Travel Channel, HGTV, they're all dropping Netflix at the end of the year. And I think some of that there is they want you to buy their shows. Basically, their CEO said it wasn't a good business decision for them to be on Netflix. So they're hoping probably that you sign up for Sling or PlayStation View, that you'll maybe buy the shows on Amazon. So it's a money deal. They just think that by not being on there, you'll probably be more likely to go to another service that gives them a higher margin, especially buy it maybe. Anything about Sling TV getting a guide like PlayStation View? Sling TV seems to be moving to a more Netflix type style versus a guide like PlayStation View. They do have the ability to click on a station and scroll through and see what you want. Sling, I think they're moving in a totally different direction. I think they're moving away from linear channels to be like, hey, what show do you want? Presenting it all like their sports interface, their movie interface, and so on, where they just have, a Netflix looking thing and be like, hey, here's all the movies that are happening right now. Here are all the sports games that are happening right now. Here are all the children's shows on demand and live that are happening right now. They definitely seem to be moving away from traditional cable and being like, we're going to be the Netflix of live TV. So I don't think they even want to have a cable-esque interface there, to be honest with you. Anything about Longhorn Network coming to Sling? No, I would, though I would contact both the Longhorn Network and Sling and let them know that you want them there. Honestly, I know you're a Texas fan, you probably don't want this. Word is that probably the Longhorn Network won't get renewed and it's probably going to shut down. They pretty much canceled all the shows on it. It's mostly for games now. And with the Big 12 suffering and with an uncertain future there, it's very possible that the Longhorn Network, as it exists today at least, won't be around soon. It would not surprise me at all if that closes up shop here. I think in a couple of years their contract is up. And ESPN is hemorrhaging money. From my understanding, they're making no money in the Longhorn Network. I don't foresee them wanting to keep it. So if you got any questions, let me know. I see a lot of people seem to enjoy PlayStation View on Roku. It's always interesting. There's definitely a team Sling and there's a team View. People like one or the other for many different reasons, and it's kind of fun. They're like, hey, I got the best one. No, mine's the best. It's it's definitely a cool experience. Best part is try both. They both have free trials. Is it true that Amazon Fire works better with the View? Yes and no. I think the Amazon Fire can struggle a little bit at times in the menu and crash out, especially more on the stick than on the actual box. Some people like the interface better. I'm not a big fan of the interface on the menu interface on the Roku, but once you get in there and start playing it, the quality of the stream is similar in both. I have both, multiple versions of both Rokus and Fire TVs and tested them all, and the actual streaming of the shows, once you get to them, is the same on both devices. Though I will say many people do seem to like the menu interface on the Fire TV better. I have heard rumors that a new one's coming to Roku, but we're all talking tea leaves and rumors, and don't put a lot of stock in that. Have you tried the Mohu antenna? Yes, I have tried quite a few Mohu antennas, from the Sky to the Leaf to the Curve. Excellent antennas. I like them. Just keep in mind, they're mostly an indoor antenna company. You need to make sure there's actual signal there. Any antenna won't just pull it, out when you can't. If there's no signal there, no matter what antenna you have, it's not going to work. Head out to antennarecommendations.com, enter your address, see if you need an indoor or an outdoor antenna. So you avoid paying money to realize I bought the wrong antenna because I really needed an outdoor antenna, or overpaying by buying an outdoor antenna when really all you needed was an indoor antenna. Terry asks, I like the Fire. Is the stick or the box better? The box by far. The new Fire Stick is a little faster, but it's still slower than the first generation Fire TV box. And the second generation Fire TV box, just blows the stick out of the water. Far faster, far better device out there. Highly recommend the box over the Fire TV stick. Sling goes in and out on all my other apps. Work great. I have to say, Sling customer service rocks. Sling and View and those live TV takes more bandwidth, and here's the reason. It is a lot more difficult to stream live content than it is on demand, because on demand, you can put servers in different locations. For instance, Netflix has servers in a lot of hubs at ISPs. So you may have a Netflix server just down the road from you. Well, when you're doing something live, you can't have quite the same distributed network of servers across the country. You have just a few individual ones. So having a faster connection to that gives you a better response. It's complicated. I'm overly simplifying it. But yeah, check your Wi-Fi connection. Make sure it's strong. Again, just live stream takes more out of your network than having an on-demand content. Bill says the Fire TV and the Android TV view interface is now very similar. Very correct. I do wish they would dumb it down for the sticks, though. I think their app it's very sluggish on the Fire TV stick, and I think they could do some stuff like they have the menu, and then behind it they'll be playing a stream of whatever channel you were just last on. I think if they get rid of that, just show me the menu. I don't need that back beautiful. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it does make the stick lag when I'm going through the menu. Which do you prefer, Roku Ultra or Amazon Fire TV Generation 2? The Ultra, if you're buying for the future, the Ultra supports HDR, which the Fire TV does not. It's the new high dynamic range. Really does look nice. Blacks look better, colors look brighter, allows more colors to be on the screen at once. It really is the next level of TV. Comes with it's 4K resolution, but the color is just so much more vibrant on it. Roku does have more apps overall, and a lot more free ones. Stuff on the Fire TV where you have to pay a subscription for, like Docurama, has free versions on the Roku. The Fire TV, though, the main thing that would hold me up right now is the Twitter app on the Fire TV if you want to use access to Thursday Night Football. They haven't come out with a Roku one yet. So that's the main service I can see. It's rumored that that DirecTV Now will first come to Apple TV and Fire TV and later to the Roku. So again, take that with a grain of salt. But the Roku Ultra with HDR, if you're looking for a device that'll be future-proof, that's one I would get. Very impressive. Huge selection of content, and a lot of the stuff that you pay for on the Fire TV is free on Roku. Is Roku immune to Spotify data writing bug, or is it just affecting Macs and PC? I'm not sure there. I just don't know the answer. I'm not familiar with that, but I haven't heard that Spotify's data bug is affecting the Roku version. Contact Roku or Spotify and ask. That's my recommendation. So that's tough. I'll check into that. I haven't really heard a lot about that, so that's something I may have to do some digging. The My Improved. Sorry about that. Mine improved upgraded cable modem. Using all 24 channels. Yeah, if you have an older cable modem and it's not IPv6 or 4, whatever it is, the newer standard, I highly recommend upgrading if it's even over 3 years. The newer cable modems just deliver a lot better speed. It really is impressive what you can get out of that. So yeah, any questions, comments? We're kind of running out of time here right now. Let me know if you do have any questions and comments, and we'll kind of wrap up here in about 10 minutes. But so far, it's been great. It's great to see a huge turnout today. Every week we're getting more and more. If you missed any part of this, I understand it. It's a Wednesday night. People are busy. I do post these on YouTube also. Just go to youtube.com/cordcuttersnews. You'll find us there, or just search for Cord Cutters News on YouTube and subscribe. We almost have 10,000 subscribers there. slowly growing that, and a lot of great content, a lot of reviews. Not quite everything I do there ends up on the site, so check that out. Does Roku Ultra get dual band Wi-Fi? Yes, it's got the AC standard in it too, which is the newest, fastest standard. Highly recommend that if you're streaming. If you're buying a new box right now, don't buy anything that doesn't have the Wi-Fi AC standard in it. It's the next level up from N and really does make a noticeable difference when you're streaming. Tom says, thanks for the info. I will be ready to cut in January. Wish you me luck. I do. Good luck with that, Tom. It's good to see that you're planning ahead. My recommendation, take the month of December, turn off your cable box, and try it out. It will take you a little while to find the shows you want. I say on average it takes about 2 weeks to kind of get yourself all set up and be like, okay, I know the shows I want, where they are, how to find them, and so forth. Bill brings up a service that's a pretty cool one called Hoopla. He says he uses that for free videos with his library card. Yes, most libraries now, I don't know if most people realize this, offer free digital movie streams. Contact your library, but Hoopla is the #1 streaming source for that, and they really do a nice selection of movies there, so check that out. Contact your library or check out their website to see if they offer free digital content. A lot of them do free digital books, magazines, and all kinds of stuff. So check it out there. So if you have any questions, comments, you want to know about Cord Cutters News, the future, where we're going, what we're doing, feel free to ask that too. Kind of a quiet week with the news, so it's kind of a quiet week here, I bet, is part of it. But we're going to keep growing. I got big plans for Cord Cutters News. We're going to keep developing with your help. Please let people know about us. Cable industry pays millions in advertising. We're really word of mouth. So telling your friends about us is a huge compliment that we really appreciate. So last kind of call. If you have any questions or comments, only about 5 minutes left until I'll wrap up the show today. And if you haven't, make sure to check out Cord Cutters News. A lot of new posts today. A lot of great info is up there. Also, if you're looking for tech support, you have more in-depth questions, or it's not a Wednesday and you would like to have a question answered, search Facebook for Cord Cutting Tech Support. That's Cord Cutting Tech Support. You'll see a similar banner image as on Cord Cutters News Facebook page. If you read the description, you'll see it says owned by Cord Cutters News. It's a great community of people that post questions, talk about cord cutting, help each other out to get the most out of their cord cutting experience. Great way to help you out if you're not sure what you want or what device you want, you're having issues with a device. Cord Cutting Tech Support on Facebook is a great way to do that. Travis says, y'all need an app. What kind of app do we need? Or are you talking about the Hoopla one? Hoopla really does need a Roku app. That would be huge, but I'm not sure maybe they don't want to put a Roku app out there. Contract issues, I don't know. A lot of these places, you got to understand, you need rights not only to stream the content, but rights to put it on each device almost. So if you ever wonder why maybe sometimes some services are only on phones, it's often because, we'll give you a free episodes on your phone with the hope that you'll go buy it to watch it in your living room. They don't think people want to binge watch content on their phone, but they view it as a way to kind of give you a taste of a show and then hope that you'll go buy on Amazon or iTunes or other places to stream it online. Cord Cutters News needs an app. That would be cool. That's kind of one more thing that I would need to that's another thing to add to the table. Hopefully, we'll hire next year. Hope another writer, a social media manager, and maybe I can get to that kind of stuff there, Travis. Ryan asks, how do I download Prime Videos to watch offline? You need a supported app. Android, Kindle Fire, iOS will all allow you to download your Fire TV or your Prime content. Just go into the app, go to the show you want, hit download. It'll download. It's once you start watching it, you only have so much time until you have to reconnect to your Wi-Fi network, or it will delete off. I'm not sure how long, but Google that. There's an Amazon help page there. Really great. When I fly, I put a bunch of content on my Kindle Fire, take it on the plane. It's a great way to do that. Bonnie, yes, that's a great point there. We are on YouTube. All this content will be on YouTube if you want to put it on your TV through whatever YouTube app you want, or your phone or tablet or wherever. You can find us on youtube.com/QuarkCarsNews. Just search for Quart Cars News on YouTube. But an app would be cool. You know, ability to push breaking news when there's a major story and other features there would be nice. Chuck says, I'll read that the new Roku S will let the remote control the volume on your TV. Will the new Roku units work the volume? Yes, if your TV supports the standard, which I'm blanking on right now the name of it, and your Roku has a remote with a volume control. I unfortunately don't have one sitting here that has a volume control. That yes, you can control the volume on your TV through your Roku now, similar to what the Apple TV did. It's a nice feature too. It limits the need to have multiple remotes. So last call for questions, comments about the site, about myself, about cord cutting. I'm kind of an open book, but we're going to cut this off in about 5 or so minutes if there's no more questions. And we will, as always, be here. I think I'm going to be here next Wednesday to do another show. This is definitely one of the highlights of my week right here. Wireless AED standard is out, but no devices and costs high. I'm not familiar with the wireless AED. As always, new Wi-Fi standards take a time to roll out. We're still rolling out the Wi-Fi AC standard, so give it some time. Yeah, as with all things, they all come, and fingers crossed, it will be here sooner than later. Jason says, will DirecTV now include local channels? Yes, in some markets, probably similar to PlayStation Vue. Not all markets will have all channels, and it'll probably start with the bigger markets because bigger markets are typically owned by, they're typically owned by the networks. So there's no third parties to negotiate there. Here's another one that says, I need a cheap internet service. My number one recommendation for cheap internet services is to shop around. Every time your contract ends, don't be afraid to switch ISPs. I often switch between cable and DSL back and forth to get the best deal. And when you switch back, they're always welcome you back and give you that new customer promo rate. Bonnie says, not necessarily cord cutting, but I saw that you commented earlier that you use Straight Talk at Walmart. Care to share more about your experience with it? I've been very happy with it. I use when you buy Straight Talk, it comes with a pack of SIM cards for T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon. Put whatever one you want in. I did Verizon, and it's I've been very happy with it. Streaming on it's been decent. I got the 10 gigabyte plan. It's unlimited, but that just means that once you hit the 10 gigabytes, it slows down to 2G. So I recommend it. It does cap you at 5 megabytes down, but I saw the average LTE speed is only like 4 down, so it's not been a big issue. I have successfully been able to stream, watch ESPN, Sling, other apps too without issues. Fox Sports Go, so recommend it. Great way to save some money is to be a ditch your phone service. We saved about $70 a month leaving Verizon. It was tough. I've been a Verizon customer since before Verizon was even out. I still had a grandfathered unlimited data plan, but they just kept raising our bill. My wife was only on a 2 gigabyte plan and kept going over it, and our bill was just getting crazy. Todd asked, would you happen to know the lineup for Hulu's live streaming service? No, Fox and Disney will be in it. Time Warner will be on it, but past that, we don't really know. Everything is speculative, and from my understanding, they're still working on deals. Victor asks, how many devices will DirecTV now play on? We don't know that for sure. Rumor is 2 devices. So just 2. Again, rumor, could be wrong, could change their mind. Could have been right at one point and could be wrong there. Jason says, what new local channels are PlayStation Vue adding? CBS and Fox to new markets. We don't know what markets, but we do understand it's supposed to be starting to roll out by the end of the year. Bonnie asks, can you stream on 2G at all? Not really. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. So if you're looking for a service that you can stream on full time, you may want to get like T-Mobile. If T-Mobile's good, they got their Binge On plan where you can get unlimited streaming of like Sling and Netflix and all kinds of other ones. 5 gigabytes for just like, hey, I'm at the restaurant, I quickly want to check out what the score of the game is pretty good. I've used it that, or in the car a little bit when I'm a passenger, not the driver, to check scores and stuff. So check that out. T-Mobile, but 10 gigabytes is a lot. Remember, you're not gonna have, they're capping you. This isn't HD when you stream through your phone, so the data consumption is way down there. Ryan says, any word on when Plex DVR service is going out beta? No, I don't know. A lot of these services like to leave the beta name on it for a very long time until they feel 100% very confident in it. So who knows? So yeah, I think I've kind of hit all the questions. Last call, quickly throw something out there if you have a question. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you to everybody. Your support's been huge. Every week, more and more people are watching this. I think this is our 6th week of doing the Q&A, 5th or 6th. Don't count me on that. So I really appreciate your support. Court Cars News would be nothing without everybody here's support. It really means a lot to me. And, I love it. I love having this as my job. And I thank you for having the support that allows me to have this as my job. Bill says News On is good for local news from all over. Yeah, local News On is a great, very underappreciated service out there. I love it. To travel, if you live in an area where over-the-air antennas can be kind of spotty, News On can be a great way to catch local TV. They got most markets, but not all markets covered right now. Let me get back to it. Here we go. How can I get a good international channels from Portugal? I have Football TV, but they only have 2 channels, and Dish Network has 5. I'm really not sure which network has. I was going to say Sling International would be one to check, but I'm really not sure what Portugal channels are on it. It sounds like you may have already looked and they only have 5. So, yeah, I'm not sure, sadly. I wish I could help you more with that, Jason. Let me refresh here one last time and see if we got any new questions. Nope. Well, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate your support again. Please tell your friends about Court Cars News. Share the Facebook page. Share our posts. Hit like. Here's a little inside thing about Facebook. The number of people who can see our posts, even though we have over 21,000 people liking it, if people don't like the posts, share them, interact with them, we don't get even a fraction of that to see it. So the more people who like it, the more people who see it. So make sure to hit like every now and then, comment on posts. Your support's huge. We really appreciate it. Without you, Court Cars News would be nothing. I hope this has been a helpful show. I know it was a little slow week. I got a feeling that we're in the next week it's going to be kind of busy in the cord cutting world. So keep an eye on Court Cars News. And we'll be back here next week, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern every week. Take care. Have a great day. And I'll have this on YouTube very shortly.